G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. Who doesn't love a good cheesecake recipe? Everyone loves them, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. And there's no simpler cheesecake than a no-bake cheesecake. So join me today as I make my version of a no-bake blueberry cheesecake. Now with any good cheesecake, we're going to start by doing our base. So I've got a packet of chocolate cookies, and what I've done is I've just run it through a food processor. Now if you don't have a food processor, just put it into a Ziploc bag and bash it silly with a rolling pin, just to get this sort of crumb stage. So I'm just going to place those into a bowl. Now these cookies have white chocolate chips in them if you're worried about the white bits, but it's completely up to you what type of cookies you want to use. And to that I'm going to pour in our melted butter. Now I will leave a list of ingredients in the description. So now we're just going to mix it around just until that butter and the cookies are completely combined. Okay, so next I have a springform pan, and I've just lined the base with some non-stick baking paper. So with some cooking spray oil, just give it a quick grease. And I'm just going to place our cooking mixture into the pan. So just use the back of a spoon, just even it out. Next, with the base of a cup, we're just going to compact the base down, just so it's all even and nice and firm. Okay, now that's nice and compacted, we're going to place this in the fridge to set while we get started on the rest of the cheesecake. Okay, so next we're going to use some blueberries. Now you can use them fresh or you can use them frozen, it really makes no difference for this stage whatsoever. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is place them into a food processor. You can also do this in a blender, it's completely up to you. Okay, so using a food processor or a blender, we're going to blend them or process them until they come up to a nice puree. Okay, so I've got about half a cup of water here and 40 grams or about 4 tablespoons of gelatine. Now if you can't use gelatine for certain reasons, there are alternatives like Aja. So in this half a cup of cold water, we're just going to sprinkle in our gelatine. I'm just going to leave that for about 10 minutes to soak up the water and soften. And after about 10 minutes, just stick it in the microwave for about 20-30 seconds and stir it each time until it's dissolved. Okay, so next into a mixing bowl, I'm going to place in 400 grams of softened cream cheese. Then 1 cup of thickened cream, or heavy cream, or double cream, whipping cream, and then 1 cup of sugar. Okay, so now we're going to mix this through until it's well combined and nice and creamy. Okay, now that everything is mixed together, we're going to grab our blueberry puree that we did earlier and place that into the pot. And we're going to mix that through until it's well combined. Okay, so as you can see, it is now nicely mixed in. So I've just taken our gelatine mixture out of the microwave, and I microwaved it for about 45 seconds and gave it a good stir so it's completely dissolved. So now we're just going to slowly pour it into our mixture. And that will make sure we have a nice firm cheesecake. Okay, so once it's all mixed in, we can stop the mixing. So now we're just going to simply pour our cheesecake mixture onto the base. Now I find it's pretty runny at the moment, but don't worry about it. That's what the gelatine is for, it'll make that nice and firm. Okay, so all we have to do now is simply place this in the fridge. Now you want to put it in there for 4 to 6 hours, but preferably overnight, just to give it a good chance to set. Okay, so our cheesecake is set in the fridge, and we're just going to make up some topping. So I have some thickened cream in a bowl here, and we're just going to whip that up until soft peaks start to form. Okay, so we now have some soft peaks. So today I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of icing sugar, or powdered sugar, just to add a little bit of sweetness. And I'm just going to quickly mix that in. Okay, so here's our cheesecake out of the fridge. As you can see, it is nice and firm. So I'm just going to grab a whipped cream and just place it on top. And we're just going to spread it out. Now as one final step, I have some more fresh blueberries, and we're just going to layer them or sprinkle them just on top of the cheesecake. And there we have it, our lovely blueberry cheesecake. Now look at that. Now look how blueberry and cheesy that looks in the middle. It looks delicious. So this is certainly a very easy no-bake cheesecake to make. And as I said, if you can't use gelatine, just Google the word Aja and I'm sure you'll find a stockist in your area. But regardless of which thickening agent you use, This blueberry cheesecake is going to taste simply delish. And especially when you add cheesecake and blueberries in the same sentence, you know it's going to be fantastic. So thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Kitchen. And as always, I'll leave a list of ingredients down below, as well as links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Home Handy Hints channel, where I put up 3 new Home Handy Hints videos every single week. And until then, please give this video a massive thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.